Welcome to Vicky's world and let's cook some chicken Shammi Kebabs. Well, these are not the usual ones which you normally get in different restaurants. This is Vicky's world, so this is one of my twists or my one fuse to this recipes which I've done. So I've got some nice boneless, skinless chicken chunks into which I'm going to be marinating them very quickly. I've got a little bit of turmeric powder which I'm going to be adding. Some coriander powder, यानी कि धनिया, some cumin powder, red chilli powder, and some garam masala. Don't forget the salt into this. And I've got some nice curd or yogurt which I've hung. So it takes all the liquid all the way out, and we are going to be adding this into our marination. Now this process can be done 2 to 3 hours in advance without a problem. Next, a nice pan or a pot, some olive oil in the pan. Now the Shammi Kebab, or my friends call it pakke keeme ke kebab, which means the mixture is actually cooked and then it's pan fried. So most of the time it's done with lamb or with beef, but I like to do it with chicken because chicken is more popular over here. So let's start with the chicken. So I've got some onions which have been finely chopped. Some ginger, some garlic and some chilies. Nicely saute these till they get like to a lightish brown in color. You've got your onions, you've got ginger, you've got garlic, you've got some green chilies. Next, I'm going to be adding our marinated chicken into this as well now, along with some soaked Bengal gram or Chana dal, a few chopped tomatoes in this. So now we ideally saute this, and we have to literally cook this mixture out until there is not enough moisture and the chicken is like almost or too cooked stage. You got to make sure that you're not adding too much liquid to it, because all you want is that chicken to cook ideally very nicely. At the same time, it should not be too wet. So I have got a little bit of water into this. So a little bit of coriander in this. It's going to take a few minutes to cook, and I'm just going to keep it covered. And while it's cooking, why don't I have a little refresher? Make sure that whenever you're in the kitchen and you're cooking and you're working hard, just like me, make sure you are always hydrated with some kind of liquid whatsoever. So, as you've noticed, the chicken is cooked, all the moisture is evaporated and the flavor is completely concentrated. Now, we have to wait for it to cool, after which it's time to blend this or grind it into a nice paste, after which we're going to make some nice patties and then make our sliders. Let's get cracking. So I'm going to be taking some of my mixture into this. Now once this mixture is almost minced, add 1 egg into it and just give it a nice mix. So our mixture is almost ready for our kebabs. Once your mixture is ready, it's nice and firm, it's easy to shape. You can ideally make it into whatever shape you like. So now I'm going to wait for a couple of minutes till it's actually cooled down, and once it's easy to handle, I'm going to be shaping them into nice disc shapes. If you want, you can shape it into little croquettes and then pan fry them. The mixture is ready, it's nice and cool, and as I said, once you are ready, or if you can handle the heat, no problem, but ideally when this is at room temperature or just the temperature that you're comfortable to work with them, shape them into balls and very lightly just dab them till they form nice discs, just like this. Great. So we have one. Now I'm just going to literally just roll them in a bit of semolina or rava as we call it. My oil is almost there. It's hot. Now it's time to shallow fry these. Now the ideal way to cook it is you could shallow fry it, deep fry, well if you want, but I don't really recommend it. You can even actually bake this in an oven, and nowadays you get air fryers, you can even air fry them. Now let's give this a little flip. It's got a nice color on one side. It's time to just move it out. Perfect. Yes, beautiful color. So these are almost done. Remember, the chicken was already cooked, so literally it's just a question of sealing it on both the sides, and the semolina or the rava keeps the surfaces nice and crunchy while inside it's nice and soft. Beautiful. I have some nice small olive flavored buns, which I am going to add a bit of chutney mayonnaise, which is simply your home style green chutney mixed with a little bit of mayonnaise or yogurt, and you get a nice chutney dip which goes well with the kebabs. So let's smother the buns with a little bit of this chutney mayo. And some nice tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuces, whatever you like in your bun. So I've got a couple of slices of tomato. Then I'm going to be putting my bun over here. A little more dab of this chutney mayo. I'm going to add a few more onions on the top. And my slider is ready. So it's time to plate it up. So a nice slider. Lovely. So my chicken Shammi sliders with some baked sweet potato fries are ready for you. If you like this recipe, thumbs up and subscribe to Vicky's World if you want to have some good fun.